Good afternoon, designers, and welcome to episode 195 of Game of Rugs. This will be a continuation of episode 193, which is the ongoing saga of the clusterfuck of my life. Where we last left off, I was sitting around waiting to find out if I had MS. And so I went for my neurology appointment on Thursday. And I just want to say that if I ever decide that I don't really want to do a design home podcast anymore, and what I want is to do an MS podcast, I am 100% going to call that podcast Well, That Escalated Quickly. Because I went in and the neurologist was like, okay, well, I'm sorry to tell you that you have MS. I was like, tell me something I don't know. He was like, tell me about your symptoms. I told him about my symptoms, which had in fact gotten worse, which is obviously the best possible news for both me and I guess the neurologist, really. And he was like, okay, and what are you doing to manage that pain? Because I was getting one of the symptoms I developed was a burning pain in my butt muscles, which would then travel down the backs of my legs and made sleeping like A, not fun, and B, not that possible, really. And I was like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. And he was like, okay. I was like, so you guys told me not to look up anything about MS on the internet. And I did a very good job of not looking up shit about MS on the internet. However, when I started having these pains, I did look up treatment of nerve pain in MS. And I read that the first line treatment for nerve pain in MS is a drug called gabapentin. And I was like, And then I went downstairs and went through all of the drugs we had in the kitchen, and then I started taking the dog's gabapentin, and it was very effective. And he was like, oh, holy crap. Okay. I mean, to be fair, they are chemically identical. They're made in the same plant. The dog's gabapentin is exactly the same as my gabapentin. Needless to say, the neurologist doesn't want me taking veterinary gabapentin, and now I have my own prescription for gabapentin, so that's nice. But anyway, the point is, he was like, okay, you're going to have to come back into hospital. You're going to have to be readmitted back into hospital. And I was like, okay, cool. When? And he was like, oh, now, today. You're going from my consulting room to A&E. Because that's the fastest way for me to get you a bed in neurology. I was like, okay. Like, I don't have any clean underpants. Like, I came to this appointment with my house keys and a cup of coffee. And he was like, I'm writing you an admission letter for the next 60 minutes. So what you do with the 60 minutes in between is up to you. Obviously, what I did was come home and get clean underpants. Like, I packed a bag and all of that and went off to start another exciting stint in neurology. The plan was that I was going to go and they were going to hang 3 days of IV steroids to reduce inflammation. And then they were going to do a really cool thing, which they are still going to do, where it's like dialysis for your but instead of being dialysis for your kidneys, it's dialysis for your plasma. So they put a line in on one side, they suck out all your blood, they put it through a washing machine, like literally the thing looks like a washing machine, and then they put it back in the other arm. I'm not clear whether they're cleaning my plasma or replacing it with someone else's plasma. But either way, it's fucking cool. So I'm excited about that. But unfortunately, while I was in there waiting for my turn to go in down to the magic plasma factory, they had an emergency and they had to give my place to someone else, which is fine because even though everybody else seems super concerned and like really on this MS diagnosis, like I feel fine. Like I'm a little wobbly or a lot wobbly or whatever. Like I don't know. Everybody seems very concerned. I don't feel that concerned. I guess I'm probably not concerned enough. I don't know what to tell people. Anyway, small change of venue because I hated that room. I might hate this one too, who knows. Anyway, so the plan is after the plasma washing machine thing, they're going to start me on a drug called Tisabri, which is actually kind of cool. This drug is neat. And what's cool about it is 50% of us walk around in the world with a virus called the JC virus, which stands for, some middle-aged white guy. I don't fucking know what his name is. It's just called the JC virus. And it does nothing. It does nothing. It just sits there. You're fine. It has zero impact on your life, on anything having to do with anything, unless you take Tisabri. Tisabri? I don't know. And then you take Tisabri, and it activates the virus, and it gives you encephalitis, and you die. So that obviously is like less than ideal as an outcome. So thankfully, they can screen for whether you have the JC virus. So they took blood from me while I was in the hospital, and they're going to send that off. I live in Ireland. It's a very small country. There are, 6 million people or something here. Only 10,000 people in Ireland have MS. I'm lucky that I live literally down the road from an MS center of excellence thing. So I have access to great neurology treatments. What we don't have is a lab in this country that can test for this one virus. I mean, why build a whole lab to test for one virus that you're going to give to a very small percentage of 10,000 people? Like, that makes sense. So anyway, they send your blood off to Denmark. So my blood is going to go off to has gone off to Denmark, in fact. And it will come back and they're going to tell me if I have this virus. And if I don't have this virus, I can start taking this hot shit monoclonal antibody drug that's like it's not like COVID monoclonal antibody new crazy woo-woo hotness or whatever. It's been around for 14 years. It's a monoclonal antibody specifically targeted to the MS virus, or the MS whatever antibodies, I guess. So that's fun. Another fun fact about this drug: it's an infusion. You get it once a month. It's $8,500 US. Don't worry, I'm not starting a GoFundMe to cover the cost of my medical treatment because I live in a civilized country with socialized medicine. I will never see a bill for that shit. So it is nice to get if you're going to get a serious diagnosis of a serious disease that has a high likelihood of altering the course of your life in the next few decades, It is absolutely fucking lovely to spend zero time thinking about how you are going to pay for your treatment and what you're going to need to do to hold on to your absolutely non-existent insurance. I don't have any insurance. I just pay taxes. And yeah. And when I was talking to the MS nurse and we were discussing all of the long-term treatment options before we got to deciding that Tisvari was probably the best profile fit for me, at no point when going through all of those options, of which I could have chosen any single one, was price a consideration. Was not brought up at all. So anyway, I'm getting the full value of my taxes, and at this point, about 27 other people's. So thank you to all those other people, and I hope they're doing well. And I don't think I have anything else really to report. The only other fun part of getting diagnosed with MS at the age of 50 is you get to play a really fun game called Is It MS or Is It Menopause? Because, like, one of the symptoms of MS is heat intolerance. Am I hot or am I having hot flushes? Who knows? I can't remember shit. Is it cognitive decline caused by MS or is it menopause? No fucking idea. I don't know. None of my doctors know. There have been no studies about MS and menopause. There's been one study. And the study was like, we need more studies. And then there were no more studies. You bet if my dick was falling off, there would be studies. But, anyway. So that's the latest and greatest. Sorry I did not manage to complete a room. We can blame the MS, or we can blame menopause. I don't know. God. And that's it. So I just want to bring you up to date. And just in terms of future episodes, there will continue to be future episodes of Game of Rugs. Will they be every single weekend? Probably not. But I do think that if I just give myself permission to do them on, like, if I have energy during the week, I'll do a weekday episode and then maybe release it on the weekend or something like that. So we're going to go back to regular planned episodes with normal content. I just wanted to thank everybody for their good wishes the last time we covered this and bring you guys all up to date. So here's a really awkward goodbye. I'll see you next episode. Bye now. So I hung out and I hung 3 days of steroids, which was fine. And then I came home, and now I'm going to be going back for exciting plasma washing machines. And then after that, what happens is, fuck, do I have a traditional leather bed? No. How do I not have a traditional leather bed? I have never. Okay, we're not doing this room because I don't have a. Yeah, no, they want me to use poofs, and I don't want to buy all this stuff. Do I though? Do I want to buy all this stuff? I might want to buy all this stuff. I could borrow. All right, we'll go with that, I guess. Yeah, I don't know where I was. So that was that. So then I got an MS diagnosis. The MS diagnosis is really great though, because it means that they can start like aggressive treatment. And after the plasma exchange, I will be starting hopefully a drug called Tisabri. Yeah. And it's a monoclonal antibody treatment specifically for MS. So that's cool. It does come with a warning label. So here's the thing that's interesting about it. 50% of us walk around in the world with a virus that sits there that does nothing. The virus is called JC. I can't remember what it stands for. It stands for some white middle-aged man's name, like, because everything revolves around middle-aged white guys. And so we have that, and it's fine, and it does nothing. And then unless you take this drug, unless you take Tisabri, in which case it gives